Mom says this is from the flea market. She says you pretend to have nice things, but you're actually poor. My 13-year-old niece, Brianna, announced it to the entire Thanksgiving table while yanking my grandmother's antique pearl necklace hard enough to snap the clasp. The pearls scattered across the mashed potatoes. My sister Kendra laughed. My parents exchanged uncomfortable glances, but said nothing. And I sat there, watching generations of family history roll through the gravy boat, understanding for the first time that the people at this table had never seen me as anything but a target. But what Kendra didn't know, what none of them knew, was that I'd been paying for the life she pretended was hers. And by morning, that funding would disappear forever. Before I tell you what happened when Kendra discovered the truth, let me ask you something. Where are you watching from right now? And when you hear how my family treated me, tell me honestly, have you ever been mocked by people who were secretly surviving on your generosity? My name is Jasmine. I'm 36 years old, and I've spent the last 8 years being the invisible bank account behind my sister's perfect life. Let me explain how I got here. Kendra is 3 years older than me. Growing up in our small town in Virginia, she was the pretty one, the popular one, the one our parents pushed toward pageants and cheerleading and everything that would catch a wealthy husband. I was the quiet one, the studious one, the one who was told I'd better focus on books since I didn't have my sister's looks. It was said as fact, not cruelty, but it carved something permanent into my heart. Kendra did catch her wealthy husband. Travis came from old money, the kind that owns half a county and names hospital wings after themselves. They married when Kendra was 24, in a wedding that cost more than our parents' house. I was the maid of honor, wearing a dress Kendra had chosen specifically to wash me out. You understand, she'd said sweetly. It's my day. I need to shine. I understood perfectly. It had always been her day. Every day. While Kendra was collecting engagement rings, I was collecting degrees. Computer science undergrad. Master's in data analytics. I took a job at a startup that nobody had heard of, working 80-hour weeks for stock options that my family called pretend money. That startup went public 4 years ago. My pretend money became very real. I cashed out with enough to never work again if I managed it carefully, and I've more than doubled it since through smart investments. But I never told my family. Partly because money changes how people see you. Partly because I didn't trust them to see me any differently. But mostly because I'd learned long ago that my family only valued what they could display. My success didn't come with a mansion or a husband they could brag about. It came with a modest condo, practical clothes, and a lifestyle that looked exactly like the poor person they'd always believed I was. So they kept treating me that way. And I kept watching, waiting, documenting exactly who they were. The irony is that while my family mocked my poverty, Kendra's perfect life was crumbling. Travis's family money wasn't as endless as it appeared. His father had made bad investments. His mother's medical bills ate through their reserves. By the time Brianna was 10, Travis was quietly selling off properties just to maintain appearances. 3 years ago, Kendra called me crying. Not to apologize for years of belittlement. Not to treat me like an equal. She called because Brianna had been accepted to the Whitmore Academy, the most prestigious dance school in the region, and they couldn't afford the tuition. $50,000 a year. Room, board, training, travel for competitions. It was Brianna's dream, and Kendra's chance to brag about something new. But they didn't have it. Please, Jasmine. You're my sister. You must have some savings. I'll pay you back, I swear. I should have said no. I know that now. But I thought about Brianna, who was just a kid, who hadn't chosen her mother's values. I thought about my grandmother's voice, always telling me to be the bigger person, to keep family together no matter what. So I said yes. I set up automatic payments directly to Whitmore Academy. 3 years of tuition, equipment, competition fees, everything. $150,000, give or take. Kendra told everyone she'd found a scholarship. She told the other dance moms that Brianna had earned her way in. She told our parents that Travis's family had come through after all. She never told anyone the money came from her poor little sister. And that might have been fine. I didn't need credit. I didn't need thanks. I just wanted Brianna to have her dream. But then Thanksgiving happened. We gathered at my parents' house, the same house where I'd grown up invisible. Kendra arrived in her leased Mercedes, wearing designer clothes she couldn't afford, dripping with the illusion of wealth. Travis looked tired. Brianna looked bored. And I walked in wearing my grandmother's pearl necklace, the one thing she'd left me when she passed, the only piece of my family history I truly treasured. "Oh, that's cute," Kendra said when she saw it, her voice dripping with condescension. "Trying something new?" It was Grandma's. She always did have simple taste. The dinner started normally enough. Turkey, small talk, the usual performance of family harmony. But I noticed Brianna watching me with an expression I'd seen before. On her mother's face. The look of someone identifying a target. It happened during dessert. Brianna got up from her chair, walked around the table, and stopped right behind me. "Can I see your necklace, Aunt Jasmine?" Before I could answer, she grabbed it. Yanked it hard. The antique clasp, delicate from decades of wear, snapped instantly. Pearls flew everywhere, bouncing off plates, rolling through food, disappearing under furniture. "Oops," Brianna said, "not sorry at all. Mom says it's from the flea market anyway. She says you pretend to have nice things, but you're actually poor." Kendra laughed. Actually laughed, that high-pitched giggle she used when she was performing cruelty as humor. "Brianna, don't be mean," she said, still laughing. "Aunt Jasmine does her best with what she has." My mother looked uncomfortable but said nothing. My father studied his plate like it held the secrets of the universe. Travis had the decency to look embarrassed, but he didn't intervene. I looked at my grandmother's pearls, scattered across a table of people who had never valued me. I looked at Brianna, who had been taught by her mother that I was nothing. I looked at Kendra, laughing at my pain while I paid for her daughter's dreams. Something broke inside me. Something that had been cracking for 36 years. "Excuse me," I said quietly. I walked to the bathroom, closed the door, and made a phone call. "Whitmore Academy Billing Department. This is Jasmine Holloway. I'm the account holder for Brianna Mitchell's tuition. I need to cancel all future payments and withdraw my financial sponsorship, effective immediately." The administrator paused. "Ma'am, are you sure? The spring semester is already." "I'm sure. Cancel everything. She'll need to make other arrangements." I hung up, washed my face, and returned to the dinner table. I gathered what pearls I could find, said a polite goodbye, and drove home. The call from Kendra came 3 days later. "What did you do?" Her voice was pure panic. "Whitmore called. They said the account sponsor withdrew funding. They said Brianna can't come back after winter break unless we pay the full spring tuition. $25,000, Jasmine. Where are we supposed to get $25,000? That sounds like your problem." "My problem? You've been paying? This whole time you've been." She trailed off, the pieces clicking together. "But you don't have that kind of money." "Don't I?" "Jasmine, please. Brianna's been there for 3 years. This is her life. You can't just. Your daughter broke my grandmother's necklace. On purpose. While you laughed. After years of telling her I was poor, pathetic, someone to mock." My voice was steady, even though my heart was racing. "You've spent 3 years letting me fund your daughter's dream while teaching her to despise me. Why would I continue? She's a child. She didn't know. She knew exactly what you taught her. That I'm beneath you. That my things are worthless. That I'm someone to be mocked and dismissed." I took a breath. "Well, now you get to explain to your child why her poor aunt was the only thing standing between her and her dreams. Maybe that'll teach her something you never could. Jasmine, I'm begging you. Beg Travis. Beg his family. Beg all those people you've been impressing with your fake money and borrowed time." I hung up. The fallout was immediate and spectacular. Kendra couldn't find the money. Travis's family was tapped out. Their credit was maxed. The scholarship that Kendra had bragged about to everyone turned out to be a lie, and when word got around that they couldn't afford the tuition, the whole house of cards collapsed. Brianna had to leave Whitmore Academy. She enrolled in the public school's dance program, which is perfectly fine, but not the elite training she'd had. Her dreams of professional ballet weren't over, but they'd certainly changed direction. My parents called furious with me. How could I do this to my niece? How could I be so petty over a necklace? I told them exactly how much I'd paid over 3 years, and they went silent. They'd had no idea. Kendra had told them the money came from Travis's family, and they'd believed her because they'd always believed Kendra. $150,000, my mother repeated, stunned. "You paid $150,000 for Brianna? And got my grandmother's necklace destroyed as thanks." I paused. That necklace was the only thing she left me. The only thing anyone in this family ever gave me that had meaning. And your granddaughter broke it while your older daughter laughed. So no, I don't feel guilty. I feel free. They didn't have a response to that. That was 4 months ago. Kendra has stopped calling. She can't afford to pretend anymore, not with the tuition scandal revealing how deep her financial troubles really go. Travis has taken a corporate job. No more pretending to manage family money that doesn't exist. They've downsized to a normal house in a normal neighborhood. Brianna sent me a letter last month. Her mother didn't know about it. She apologized for breaking the necklace. She said she'd repeated what her mother said without thinking about what it meant. She asked if there was any way I could forgive her. I wrote back. I told her that forgiveness is possible when someone truly understands what they did wrong. I told her that her mother's values don't have to be hers. I told her that talent and hard work matter more than what school you attend, and that her dreams weren't over, just redirected. I didn't offer to pay for anything. She needed to learn that gifts can't be demanded, only given, and that the people you mock might be the ones keeping your world together. The necklace was repaired. A jeweler in the city found the loose pearls, restrung them, replaced the clasp. It cost $800 and 3 weeks of waiting, but my grandmother's pearls sit around my neck again, exactly where they belong. I wear them to every family gathering now. Nobody comments. Nobody jokes. Nobody calls them flea market finds. Amazing how silence can say so much. If you're watching this and you've ever been the invisible supporter, the secret funder of someone else's dreams, I want you to know something. Your generosity is not an obligation. Your kindness is not a debt they're entitled to collect forever. And when the people you help turn around and mock you, you have every right to walk away. Let them learn what your absence costs. Let them understand exactly who is holding them up. And let them find their own way forward without you. Because you've already given enough. If this story spoke to you, drop a comment below. And make sure to subscribe so you don't miss what happens next.